The breakdown you're about to watch is brought to you by We Want Picks Premium Membership. Premium membership gets you all sorts of exclusive content, early bets, fantasy tools, and betting guides. Check it out now, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. Get ahead of these betting lines and get access to all of the tools now with an optimizer. We have a DraftKings optimizer available to you at the same low price of $10 a month. That's $2.50 a week. You get all of our bets early, all of our fantasy content early. You get betting tools and now a DraftKings optimizer, DraftKings ownership, and everything you need to build now up to 150 lineups with just a few clicks. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month. All right, $10 a month. You have one good week. You pay for the whole year. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click Become a Member. And as always, if you want $50, all you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our betting partners, make a deposit, and I will send you $50 as a thank you. That's WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. I'll send you $50. Next up at UFC 278, we have Jose Aldo taking on Merab Dvalishvili. Jose Aldo 31-7 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, and he is riding a 3-fight win streak. Merab Dvalishvili is 14-4 overall, 5-0 in his last 5, riding a 7-fight win streak with a total of 46 takedowns. Isn't that nuts? It's a lot of freaking takedowns. At this point,
Cowboys
everyone should know
nuts.
exactly who Jose Aldo is. He's, in my opinion, I think he's better than Volk on the all-time list. I think Jose Aldo is the greatest 145-pound fighter of all time, at least as of now. He's a longtime champion who's good everywhere. He's got great counter-striking with technical Muay Thai, great BJJ, and very good wrestling. His leg kicks and counter-striking are a nightmare for almost everyone, but he is aging. He does have miles on him. He's much older than you read on Tapology. We've talked about that in the past. Historically, he was a leg kick machine, but he does seem to have sort of put that aside, and he's now primarily a boxer, but he's got incredible speed and timing. He's got a nice 3-fight win streak going on. He's got wins over Chito Vera, Rob Font, and Pedro Munoz. Merab is a very different matchup for Jose, though, compared to his last 3 opponents. He has great conditioning and is a non-stop chain wrestler with solid striking and power. He times his takedowns incredibly well, and even if he doesn't, it doesn't matter because there's another shot right behind it. He averages an insane 7.3 takedowns per 15 minutes, and his last loss was in 2018 to Ricky Simone, who he still took down 6 times. Merab's coming off a great win over Marlon Moraes, who is the Wish version of Jose Aldo, where he was 90% knocked out early. He was able to survive that, then he got it to the ground and got his own win.
I think it was more than 90.
Well, yeah, he was on skates, but he pushed through, and he was able to get it done. And this is a tough pick. I think, personally, this was the toughest pick on the card for me. I went back and forth a whole bunch here. Jose Aldo is a legendary striker with legendary takedown defense. Merab is an insane wrestler whose chin can get touched. If this was a few years ago and Jose was still lighting up people's legs, I think I would instantly jump on him. But I think without the leg kicks to try to slow Merab down, I think he's just going to be defending takedown after takedown and eventually lose a decision. The problem is Jose has never really lost to a wrestler before. If we go through all of Jose's losses, which are not many, Conor beat him with that 2-second punch. Max beat him with volume. Volk beat him with volume. Piotr beat him with power. Nowhere in his 27 Zuffa fights, and the newer people, Zuffa is WEC and UFC. Nowhere in his 27 fights under those 2 umbrellas was there a wrestler who was able to beat him. Frankie Edgar is the only person that has ever taken Jose Aldo down more than 1 time. And Frankie lost that fight. I do still think Merab wins this fight, though. I think he's a different animal with his takedowns. And not that they're better than anybody else's, but that's all he wants to do. That's all he wants to do. Father time comes for everybody. I think Merab gets it done. I think he's just going to be shooting. And I don't think it's a mauling by any means. I think it's a decision with Jose just sort of stuck against the cage the whole fight. So Merab's the pick, but I will be rooting for Jose Aldo big time, and I will gladly watch Merab's lights get put out to see Jose win. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, this is one of the most, and I've talked about this in the past for some breakdowns, and Aldo being the underdog in this fight is like the most disrespectful fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. This dude might literally be one of the most complete fighters the UFC has ever seen. Literally ever seen. You look at top to bottom, maybe John Jones is up there. You might look at, I guess, Nunes and Shevchenko as far as the females are up there. But I was actually thinking about it. I'm not like a UFC historian, so I don't know like the first 20 years. But as far as like the overall most well-rounded fighter, it might be Jose Aldo at the tippy top ever in the UFC. And this is just a wrestler. This is just a wrestler. Merab is not a dynamic guy that can throw in wrestling, that can throw in striking. The guy has one plan. He needs to take you down, and this dude got finished in his last fight. I know he came back and won that fight. He was finished. He was down. There was nothing more that Marlon could have done in that fight to make the ref stop that fight. He was down and out and then just blew his load. Jesus Christ, man. I cannot believe that Aldo is a dog in this fight. He's looked fantastic. I can't believe how well late in his career he was able to make a weight change and look even better almost than he was at 145, even though he was still, unbelievable at 145. But your mention of the leg kicks, I think, is going to be key here. I think he really, really, really needs to bring those leg kicks back. Those heavy, heavy leg kicks. Bring it back early. He's got to throw those front knees, uppercuts. But he's so well-versed and has seen everything. I think he's going to be able to show the strikes that Merab is going to, when he on those entries, he's going to be showing those uppercuts. He's going to be showing those knees. He's going to be showing things straight up the middle to Merab to make him question if he's really going to want to go all in on these shots. And once he starts questioning, Aldo's going to be able to take advantage in the striking. If Aldo does get taken down, he can't accept guard. And I don't see Aldo as being one of those guys that's just going to pull guard, throw his legs around Merab, and try to work off his back. He's got to scramble to get back to his feet. But if he's able to do that, man, I think if he's able to show some strikes up the middle, maybe get Merab to hesitate a little bit, I think he can really take over the striking and really kind of, I don't want to say dominate this matchup, because it really only takes one good takedown for Merab to be able to control the position. But, I might be biased, and I know a lot of people are saying, oh, he's old. We just saw Cruz get knocked out. We've seen a lot of these vets lately getting knocked out and finished. I got to go Aldo here. Until he proves that he really is falling off a cliff, and he definitely has not shown that lately, I got to go Aldo. He's a better fighter.
Listen, I'm not gonna disagree with a single thing you said. The only reason I'm picking Merab is because I think he's just gonna shoot a million takedowns, hold Jose against the cage, potentially get some of those takedowns, and win a decision. I think it's just literally that simple. But I agree with every single thing you said. I started this off by saying I think, personally, Jose Aldo is the greatest 145-pounder ever. I think he's better. Look at who he beat and when he beat them versus, Volk's beating people.
In my mind, I think he's like the greatest champion, one of the greatest champions of all time. When people talk about GOATs, and obviously him losing, a couple fights, him extending his career past. Yeah. But if he would have just stopped, people would have considered him one of the GOATs.
Let's put it this way. Khabib stopped, and his wins aren't that great.
He never fought anyone.
His wins aren't that great. Jose Aldo, if he stopped, those were some phenomenal wins. No, listen, I'm not going to disagree with a single thing you said. I'm only picking Merab because I think he can win a boring wrestling decision. It's just literally that simple. So I'm not going to disagree with you. Pick your side in DraftKings. I think either one of them will score well. If Jose wins, I imagine he puts Merab's lights out. If Merab wins, he got all that control time. He got those takedowns, and he will be worth the $8,200. So pick your side. Do not touch this Monkey Knife Fight strike line or go less. Because if Jose Aldo wins, here's the logic for less. If Jose Aldo wins, he's probably going to knock out Merab, same way that Marlon Moraes almost did, and he's not going to need 74 strikes to do it. If Merab wins, it will be with the wrestling, But Jose Aldo has phenomenal wrestling, takedown defense. So it's not like Merab's just going to get him down immediately and then pitter-patter his face for a whole round and then do it again and do it again. So I don't see him getting to 106 either. You agree?
I do.
Okay. The bet that I do have on this fight is Merab with more takedowns. And all that bet is saying is that Merab is going to have more takedowns than Jose Aldo. It's not saying he's going to have more than a certain number. It's not saying he's going to win the fight. It's just saying he's going to have more takedowns in this fight than Jose Aldo. And if they both have the same amount, which could be 0, you get a refund. I've got that bet. That bet is with Bet Online. I got it at minus 600, that is very wide. Now. Yeah, so it's already moved to minus 700. To me, it's free money or a refund. Like, Jose Aldo's not going to shoot a takedown, so he's not even going to get one. He's not going to get one. So if Merab gets one,
you always
you're
say
good.
Wrestle the wrestler.
Yeah, I know. He's not going to do that, though. So I got that at minus 600. Not great, but I hit it the minute it dropped. It opened at minus 600. If you're a premium member at WeWantPicks.com, you would have seen that bet the minute it dropped because that's when we placed it. Go to WeWantPicks.com. At the top, click Become a Member. You get access to all of our bets as soon as we place them, as well as exclusive fantasy content. And now we have a fantasy optimizer, a DraftKings DFS optimizer. You can build up to 150 lineups, use our insight, use your own insight, do whatever you want to do. That is included with your membership. We have added it and we have not touched the price, and we will not touch that price. $10 a month, and it is the best value in all of MMA.